Hi, class. I just wanted to review the expectations for this mock crime scene that I'm assigning to you and a partner of your choice. So, given that this is the argumentative writing unit, I figured what better assignment to give to introduce this unit than a mock crime scene. And in this mock crime scene, you're going to be figuring out whether or not a wife named Queenie Volupides is guilty for the death of her husband, Arthur Volupides. In this mock crime scene scenario, you're going to be given two primary pieces or two primary sources to work with to extract evidence from to form your argument. So, for example, here at the top of this document, we have the statement that Queenie gave to the police as to what happened here. So, you and your partner need to read through this and extract any evidence that can be used to construct an argument here about either, how Queenie is innocent or how she's guilty for the death of her husband. In addition to that, as you scroll down, there is the image here of, Arthur's body and Queenie. And within this image are certain clues that can be used to argue whether or not she was responsible for the death of her husband. Once you and your partner have come up with evidence, I would like you to input it here into this chart that I've created here. Okay? So you'll see that there are spots for 1, 2, and 3 pieces of evidence. And for each piece of evidence, you need to provide an explanation of how that evidence proves your argument. Okay? At the top here is where you will be putting your claim, because we know that within an argumentative essay, you have a major claim in support of a certain side, followed by 3 pieces of evidence to support that claim. Okay? That's where you're going to be putting Queenie Volupides is or is not guilty for the death of her husband, Arthur, because, and then you'll list your 3 reasons based on the sources of evidence. Okay? So you'll input your information there. And here I have an example. Okay? So take, for example, the position of Arthur's body. Okay? You'll notice that he's lying back to the ground, head facing away from the staircase. Okay? Now, if you also look at what Queenie had said in her statement to the police, she says that Arthur slipped and fell on the stairs. He was coming down for another drink. So, if you use logic here, if one were to be walking down the stairs, okay, it seems very improbable that they would be lying in this position, right? Because logic would have it that if someone's walking downstairs, chances are they would fall head facing away from the staircase, stomach to the ground, not back to the ground. And, so that could be used as a piece of evidence, and here's some explanation for that, that it seems inconsistent with what Queenie had told the police. So that's just an example, and if you disagree with that, that's completely fine and fair game. Remember though, whatever you're claiming, you need to be able to explain. Okay? After you and your partner have come up with sufficient evidence and explanations for each piece of evidence, what you are then going to be doing is writing a response explaining what happened the night of Arthur Volupide's death. Okay? You're going to be putting all the pieces of the puzzle together to explain what happened that night. Okay? So once you've come up with all this information and you've written your response, you and your partner are going to be creating a screencast and posting it to this lesson, which I will be creating a forum for you to post it to. Okay? And in that screencast, you're going to be talking us all through what conclusions you've come to based on the certain evidence that you've gathered.